You're telling them everything, but no, they can't know what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. So for the person for Liniso, we've already started the VOD review, but you weren't here. I forgot to start recording, so we're just gonna keep going on from here. Long story short, to summarize, you overpeaked on the McCree over here, and you should have played closer to corners, and you weren't aware of him. And try to just keep your line of your whenever you're firing a right click, just chill with the mouse. You don't wave it back and forth left and right. You give up any chance of killing someone if you do that. Just make sure your mouse hand, your aiming hand, is really calm when you go for a right click. Also, Zen in this comp isn't necessarily the best. Once again, it's bronze, so whatever hero you're comfortable with, that's okay. Play that hero. But if this was a higher SR, me personally, especially from like the options you gave for like the Mora and Baptiste, I'd personally would probably be playing. Personally, I'd be playing Mora just because I'm more comfortable on it. But I could definitely see a lot of value with Baptiste in this comp since you have the Ryan and he likes to do brawl, especially with the Symmetra as well. They're kind of brawl characters, which Immortality Field can really buffen up. Also, Ant Matrix with Fire Strike and with Ash TNT, Ash shots, anything like that, hella good. All right. So moving on from here, let's see what the rest of this is. Alright, fire up a right click. Just a little slow on the reaction time to go look over towards them. Okay, once again, you just right click the rock when you had a nice opening over here to fire him, and you just got too excited over it, man. Just once again, just chill. Leave your targets a little bit. If you like put your right clicks, the Zen's moving this way. If you put your crosshair right here, fired it around body or height or head level, you would have killed it. But you just flicked when you didn't have to. You just chill. Alright, you put your Discord on him. Oh, nice. And the Ash's TNT got him. Perfect, man. Still got the kill, though. Alright, once again, you're fine. Well, kind of fine. They have the Doomfist, which can one-shot you very easily. He's very much a hard counter for you. So you gotta be a little mindful of that. And you're face tanking it. You're taking a very wide angle. If you stay just a little bit closer if you stay a little bit closer to this wall over here when you're peeking it to fire right click off, that would be much better. Because now, if they had a sniper or any kind of rush down comp to come get you, you're dead. You're dead because you swung this angle out too far. And you're still going. This is a hella overcommitment. This D.Va could get you. You're gonna take some poke damage from Sig. Uh, yeah, so definitely stay close to natural cover. Definitely use this natural cover and play back a little bit. Like this is good aggressive positioning for Zen. But not in this comp. In this comp, you could get kind of run down because Doomfist has to use abilities to get places, and right now, he does want to be frontlining probably, especially with Ryan there. That'd be kind of shitty. And since you do have like the Zen as you and the Ash that he's kind of wants to be diving, and the Symmetra that he wants to be diving, so not playing this up. You don't want to be playing this close. Mostly because like you want to be a little bit more spread out, but still within range of your Mercy, so that she can bail you out of situations in your teams. But playing on this front line, if your Ryan goes down or something like that, if you can take Junkrat spam, just want to play a little bit more back, a little bit more conserved, because you don't have any cover you can really retreat to right now. You have the pillar that that's over here that you could be playing by, which would be pretty solid because then you can either retreat to this mega over here or you can rotate back towards point depending on the situation. But right now you're just kind of vibing in the open. Like right now I'd probably be playing this angle right here so you can still spam shields. You do.
I was in perfect English, but my immediate reaction was I should really go to Google Translate and translate this to English because I did not understand the language at all.
Uh huh.
And that's how I feel right now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, welcome back, Lean Iso. We had some stream issues, but we should be back in action. Yeah, I was just talking about your mechanics. They need a little bit of work, but that's something that's kind of develops in time. The more you play, the better those get. But right now, the biggest thing I'd have to say for you is just chill and relax. You're throwing your mouse hand all over the place. One thing that I've done that really helped me with my mechanics is I stopped using a crosshair, which I know that sounds crazy, but what it does is it gets you to focus on the target and how your shots are interacting with them, rather than just trying to rather than trying to force that interaction. It just feels a little bit more natural, at least for me. So I just try doing it for a little while. Not necessarily in comp, at least not for a little bit, because you'll be throwing even harder. But just hop around and try it out in quick play for a little while and see how it goes. All right. So once again, you're kind of face tanking if you were playing a little bit closer. This is even too close, especially since they're trying to push on the point. I'd be playing right on over here right now. This is a pretty safe angle. Once again, you can retreat back again to over here on this wall if need be and start retreating, because once again, as a support, your biggest kind of goal is to either make plays when fights are on like that tipping point of either going to thrive or going to die. It's your responsibility to kind of try to turn that. And as then, it's something like getting a nice right click off or putting a discord on a tank or something like that. That's how you can do it. And if you feel like you can't do that, just back out, and maybe one of your teammates can carry. But they can't carry if you can't support them through that play. So you definitely kind of want to prioritize your life while still staying aggressive. The mentality I have is I want to be as possibly aggressive as humanly possible while never putting my life like at a stupid risk. Alright. Alright, back up a little bit. Getting closer again. Oops. Sorry, we missed that chance. We need to look back at that chance usage. What the fuck? Alright. So the Orion's low. Alright, the fight could have gone either way. This is a good chance. You go aggressive with it, heal up your Orion to full. One thing that you can do is you can throw a discord right before your trance on anything. You just spam E on a target and then press Q. And then what you want to do with your trance is you want to take the trance and, like, for instance, we could go over to imagine that you're still in trance when this is happening, right? And the Sigma is still alive. You could put your trance on this Sigma's body and just follow the Sigma around, so your teammates, they want to follow the trance anyways, but they're going to fucking kill this Sigma in the meantime since he's a free kill. So you kind of direct your team with what you want them to kill with your trance by doing that, since they're basically invulnerable to, except for like one shots. Yeah. Hey, be shooting at that Mercy, bro. Be shooting at that Mercy. Pop a discord on her. You could have killed her. That is not the most ideal time to be right-clicking. Right-clicking is pretty much exclusively used to like hold down an angle or something like that. And so whenever you're trying to shoot at someone, like in this kind of instance, you want to be left-clicking to try to just get as much spam damage down as possible. You don't want to be right-clicking here. You're not throwing discord around a whole bunch. Like, you're not just changing it every 3 seconds to the target that you're shooting at. That's pretty good. Don't chase that diva. Don't chase that diva. You're getting no value, man. You're getting no value doing that. The fight is going on over here. And if I was a Zen, if I was you in this situation, I'd be so fucking happy that they went right room. I'd be so fucking happy, bro. Because look at this. Look at how close they are. You know? We got the Winston, we got the Moira, and then we got the Junkrat pretty much taking up the entirety of this really, really narrow entrance, right? And so from the Zen's perspective here, if we're playing right here, look at that. Try to right click, boom, 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 fire. I like during that right click, I'm seeing if there's anything that can kill me, and if there's not, like I'm not feeling any kind of immediate threat, like I'm not, Junkrat's peeked behind a corner, I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna keep spamming because they can't threaten that, and it's so hard to miss in this kind of situation, right? You can kind of just like mildly turn your brain off and then just brrr, add monkey, and it's good, it's perfect, it's perfect. But instead, you're off chasing D.Va. You're missing out on all that ult charge. And what is D.Va doing? She was destroying a teleporter. Great. She spent like a good solid 10 seconds of her time to go just break down a mildly useless ability in this instance right now. And she took you out of the fight as well. So it's like that play actually worked out really well for her team, but that's just because you made a mistake. And now you're also hella vulnerable. In a higher ranked game right now, the monkey, the D.Va would have called out that you're out of position, and then the monkey would come, jump you, followed up by the D.Va, and since you're positioned like this, it would be pretty hard for you to escape. And now you have to walk across this choke. You should have walked, what you should have done, especially as well in this situation, so you're probably going to die here. But to avoid that, let's just see, I have no idea if you die or not. Walk around this backside. Walk around this backside. You don't need to walk in front of them all. Especially not when it's that risky. Okay, let's see if you die. Nah, you made it through. My bad. Alright. Put Harmony on Reinhardt during Valk. That's pretty good. It really enables his aggressive playstyle. Alright. Let's see why you died there. That feels like one of those deaths is like, oh, that's so stupid, why would I die there? But no, it's not. Okay, let's play back. 0.5, third person perspective, and it should probably make things a lot clearer. Alright. So boom, you're not in cover. Charging up a right click. You have the option to play a little bit more in cover, closer to a wall, but you're close enough. You go into the Mercy. You leave the safe place and you start going into the Mercy. Alright. You retreat because you're getting low from the Mora orb. You got outskilled there, my dude. And now there's a Junkrat. There's a Junkrat flanking you right side. And once again, you are not, if you're once again close to this wall, from this Junkrat's perspective, it'd be a little bit harder because, like, yeah, you probably could take a shot, but then you have this immediate cover to play behind. While you're here, you have no place to go to. If you're playing just a little bit here, and on the off chance you noticed them, you could have moved here really quickly, and you could have stayed alive. And yeah, probably in a situation you're gonna die, like 8 out of 10 times, even if you're still playing here, because this Junkrat dedicated a lot to go and flank and kill you, because you weren't aware of him. That's something that you could have done, is be aware of him. But still, from this position, probably 8 out of 10 times you're gonna die. But the 2 out of 10 times you live, it's because you were positioned here, and those 2 out of 10 times can really make a difference. Okay, and that's also a little bit on your Rein for not following up on these kills when they're both low. But still, something more that you could have done in that fight. Alright. Yeah, your two critical mistakes in that fight was where you kind of positioned, and this was the big one. This was the big one. You really could have changed that fight if you were building in damage from there. You could have had a full trance if you were there. You would have had another trance which you could have used for the fight. Now you just look like you're kind of confused, like you don't know what to do. And knowing what you want to be doing in this kind of situation is peeking a corner that's safe that maybe has someone and firing a right click at it. Yeah, something like that. Maybe the Doom's gonna come out of there for some reason, but try to do something that's a little bit more typical, like where all the ground people are. Like a really good one would be if you went and peeked like this rock over here, and you just peeked around over here. Boom, you got a nice little line of sight there. You don't really, it's not that big of a commitment because like your team's all there. If anybody comes and pushes you, you can have your D.Va come and peel for you. You can have your Mercy start healing you. You can have your Ant start shooting them. Your Rein start swinging at them. Like it's a pretty low risk play. The Symmetra turrets will zap them. And worst comes to worst, your Mercy reses you. And best comes to best, you get a pick. All right. So are you guys gonna go white? No, you're gonna go main. Okay. Your Rein is being shield bot. Oh, we need to jump back to you, my bad. You're charging up a right click, that's good. Hey. Okay. Once again, to get that kill on that Doom, you got booped away by the Junkrat mine. That fucking sucks, right? But, what is it? Where is it? Where are you? I'm following you. Why am I not seeing you? Let's go back here. Ugh, I think I need to go a teensy bit more back. Okay, yeah. And 0.5, let's go. Hooah. So you start charging up your right click right about now. Boom. Right now is when you should have fired. Like, right here is when you should have fired. You should have kept playing around this corner. You could have shot at this Junkrat then. You could have had that space to retreat to. But, let's see, if you were playing back here, just right here where you could be shooting at that mine would not have hit you. It would have just hit your mine, and you could have landed that final shot to kill the Doomfist. So once again, just playing a little bit more reserved by that natural cover, not front lining with your main tank, really opens up a lot of opportunities for you. And then you could have started shooting at this boy. This was a good trance. This was a really good trance because you were like, okay, I'm about to die. Demora orb. You probably would have been healed up by a soldier's field, but it's like one of those situations where it's just like instinctual, like I don't want to die, I don't want to die. So I would agree with that trance usage. I'd say that was a pretty solid one. Alright. Pop Discord before you start shooting. Pop Discord before you start shooting. Right now you have your Harmony on Soldier, but he's at full health. Ryan's a low. Gotta manage that, especially now since your Mercy's dead. Alright. And during these fights, it's once again pretty clear that you just feel really overwhelmed and like you don't really necessarily know what you're doing, and that's okay because we're about to fix that. And it's been about the same thing that I've been bringing up. Look at where you're at. You're taking a Diva Bomb. You're taking, wait, what the fuck is that? Hammond's becoming the sun. What is that? Oh, probably Doomfist? Yeah, Doomfist. Okay. Wait. Right? What is that? Oh, it was a Diva Bomb. Okay, I was right. I'm stupid. Okay. But, once again, look at where you're at on the point. You're right in the thick of it. Frontlining, once again. Just play back. Like, in this instance, it's really good to be really aggressive, but once again, play right here. You can still shoot the bubble with the Doom. You can still shoot the Diva. But here, you're so much more vulnerable to so many different angles that you can't control. You can, like right now, you can only get shot by Diva. If you want to hold this angle, that's the only thing that can threaten you. You can see everything that's coming towards you. Here, you are really exposed to this backside flank, and there's nothing you can do about it. And this Diva is still going to be shooting at you. So you are exposed to 2 different angles of getting shot, while over here, you only got 1. Alright. Alright, and then you get punished for that. The Doomfist comes on you, like he does. So what you could have done, once again, just chill pretty much right where your dead body is right now, that you flop towards. Oh, next to Hammond, how cute. If you played there, you would have been able to get a lot more value. You could have retreated to regen, wait for your Mercy, pick her up even. Alright. Okay, switch over to Mora now to get back, I would imagine. Just wait. This is probably going to be the last fight. Well, this has to be the last fight. Okay. Okay. That Wraith. That Wraith was a little bit of an oof. You panicked Wraith there. You panicked Wraith there. You saw Diva Bomb happen, and you're like, oh my god. And that's terrifying. So you Wraith instantly. But and you should have died. I was expecting you to die, honestly, but the Diva just placed it really horribly, and I guess somehow this kind of high ground saved you. I have no idea how you're alive there. In my mind, you should be dead. What you could have done is a couple milliseconds, well, not a couple milliseconds, a couple seconds right before it happens, just press shift, bro. Just press shift, and then you're invulnerable in that time period. You can retreat back to your team, and also look at your team, and look at where you're at. Your soldier's dead. Your Mercy's still walking into the fight. Your Hammond's feeding. Your Rein is literally walking out of the spawn doors. Your Symmetra is hiding behind a rock from the Diva Bomb. And you're frontlining. It is your feeding hamster and you versus 4 of them and their Monkey and Mercy just sitting on point. So this should be 6. It should be 6 right here, and it's you 2 versus them. Group up. Group up. This is not a good team fight just because you guys aren't grouping up. Alright. And yeah. You start backing off, throw a healing orb. You rush onto point. Yeah, it's fair, it's overtime. You're trying to touch. You get the touch. Yeah, and then they kill you. Then it's just clean up on their part. Alright. That's solid. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do for this VOD review. That was probably like, I don't know, a lengthy amount of time. And I feel sufficient. I hope that this fight, I know this is pretty much just Zen, but I feel as if that can kind of carry over to a lot of things. Because the biggest things that we saw from your gameplay, ooh, I might hate that sound. The biggest things that we saw from your gameplay were pretty much mechanics need work. You just need to calm your arm down. But the biggest things were you were very unaware of the flanking DPS and when that was happening, and your positioning couldn't compensate for that lack of awareness. So if you just try to play as aggressively as you want to be, while never putting your life at risk and thinking of what those risks could be, you'd be much better off, man. So try that out, bro. Try that out, bro. Hope you have a swell one. You have any final words to say, Ella?
I do not. If you die in Overwatch, you die in real life.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty fucking harsh.
I died 1,000